Hello, my name's Chris, and this is my channel, Big Guys Hike 2. And today, I just got done with the 5-mile hike yesterday, testing out my new shoes. I had a little bit of blistering problems on my last hike that I did 10 miles, and so I have had problems before that, so I'm assuming it must have been the shoes. So today I'm going to explain what happened, and hopefully it helps some of you that are looking into what type of shoe or kind of foot gear to wear while you're hiking. So first I'll start with, right here is a Asics running shoe. This is what I use to train, so when I go to the gym and hike and everything. I've had some Achilles tendon issues with combat boots when I was in the military, and after I put on some weight, I started having problems with my arch, and I developed plantar fasciitis and I had to go see an orthopedic for it, and he suggested these types of shoes to wear. And I got a pair of sandals that were orthopedic sandals that I wore around the house when I wasn't wearing shoes, and that seemed to help out with the plantar fasciitis, so I'm kind of concerned about that. So this is what I use when I go to the gym. Being a big guy, running shoes are, I think, when they talk about shoes that are designed for heavy runners, they're talking like 180 pounds is a heavy runner. And so if you're up in that close to 300 pound like myself, you go through these quite fast. And I can tell you, as soon as I start feeling a little bit of pressure, I'll replace the insert once with a new insert. That seems to help, but after about 3 months, even that won't help. The sole of the shoe, I think, gets compressed, and then you can really feel it on your feet. So I go and replace these a minimum of every 3 months. It does suck, but your feet are what's going to take care of you on the trails, so you need to take care of your feet. So that was that shoe. I looked up, and they suggested for a hiking shoe that the Moab from Merrell was the best shoe for that, and I bought a pair. I upsized by a half size and went with a wide, and they seem to fit really well and do really well. But I noticed when I went hiking for any long distance, my feet would really swell, and then they got tight, started developing blisters. So I've taken these on a bunch of shorter hikes when I wasn't in shape and only doing a couple miles, but anything over 5, and these start getting tight, and I usually get little blisters. For some reason, I'm getting blisters at the right at this part of my foot, and I've never had that before. I've always had blisters on the heels and then on my pinky toes from the shoes being too narrow, and that goes with the military. Their shoes are not really designed very well for wide feet, so that's why I got the wide shoe, but that was causing problems. So I went to the Altra Lone Peaks, and these are the 5.0, the new ones. The reason I went with these is, even though they have the wide foot box, I wear a wide in their shoe also. So these were the only ones that were available that had wide sizes. And as you can see from the foot box there, how wide it is up there, and they worked really well. They're kind of squishy, and they're pretty light. I've never had trail runner shoes per se, and anyway, I did 5 miles yesterday, and I did it in the rain. These got wet, and I've been wearing the Darn Tough wool socks, and then with the Injinji toe sock liners, and this time I just wore the wool socks, and it worked out great. It's not that I won't wear the Injinjis, it's just I wanted to try them out with just the wool and see how that worked, and it worked out great. So my suggestion is make sure, no matter what you get, that you get a shoe that works for you, and test them out. And best idea is to get shoes from someplace where you can take them back and return them, and also where you can try them on to see if they feel comfortable. And so anyway, that's what I would do with those. I am gonna, in I've got 2 years to prepare to go on the Appalachian Trail so that I can lose the weight and get in shape so I can do it. I'm doing really good on my weight loss. I'm actually down to 283, and my ultimate goal is 200, but I won't start the trail unless I'm at least 230 or less. So I've got a little ways to go, but I started out at 296 at the beginning of this year, and at my worst I was 368 pounds. So I am going in the right direction, so that's good. Now, on my trail, I'm debating on whether I'm going to start early or not, because I'm really not into the crowded thing. It's not that I don't like people, it's that from my military experience, I don't like being in cramped, crowded corners with people I don't know. It just increases my anxiety. So I want to try to not hit the bubble in March. So I'm thinking about, I've been noticing even in February, it seems like mid to late February, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I might push it back to either early February or possibly even January. I don't know why, but that little thing of starting on the first day of the year on January 1st is kind of a cool idea. So I don't know. It gets pretty cold and a lot of snow, so I don't know. Anyway, if I travel early, I'm thinking about getting a pair of Gore-Tex mid-height boot to wear on the trail, because with the wet and everything, I don't want to get frostbite or risk that with the cold weather and in the icy conditions. So I know that most thru hikers are preaching not to do that. So I'm going to test them out and see. But I was looking at the Salomon has a pair that are designed kind of like the cross or the trail runner shoes, that it's a real light shoe, and so you don't have the heavy cumberness of the hiking boot, but it gives you that Gore-Tex protection. And I'll be wearing them with a gaiter that goes all the way up to my knee during the winter months. And then what I'll do is, once the weather starts getting warmer and I'm not having to traipse through snow and ice and slush and stuff like that, then I'm going to switch over to the trail runners and then to get rid of the gaiters and get a low gaiter. So that's where I'm at on that. I'll keep you informed on that, but I hope this was informative. Remember, hike your hike.